The Peace Corps has gotten some negative, PR when it comes to the way that they've dealt with accusations that they mishandled a startling number of sexual assault cases against its volunteers. You had to end up leaving Kyrgyzstan early. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened to you?
I happen to look like a local in the country where I was stationed, and it's a country where women are not, women wear headscarves, and just there's bride kidnapping that still goes on. And so while still having the privilege of an American, I would never deny that I also sometimes just got to see how it felt to be like a Kyrgyz girl, and it doesn't feel great. But I like as much, I was harassed a lot. All the girls knew walking into it that this would sort of be something they would have to deal with. And it was also still, it's a hard realization, but we had it so much better than all the locals. It's very country specific in terms of what happens within each country. The post at each country has a lot of control over the policy, and Peace Corps in general has less to do with what goes on within each individual country. So the truly horrific cases, I would attribute much more to like a terrible, personnel mismanagement and horrific negligence in the case of each specific country rather than on the Peace Corps as a whole. Of course, I think they could have done better to handle it, but I think they're making a conscious effort.
Would you recommend that other women do join the Peace Corps knowing that, and like you said, again, of course, it's unique to every situation, every country, that you're in, but knowing that this is one of the things you might have to face is sexual harassment or unwanted sexual advances.
They do prep you pretty hard. Part of the reason why the acceptance rate is so low to the Peace Corps is that they really prepare you for how psychologically draining it will be, especially if you're a girl, or if you're a woman, something like that. If you're a Black volunteer going to a country that has a history of, severe racism, they prepare you for that. I do think that Peace Corps could do a better job of demographically sorting volunteers better if there's been a certain, incident rate with people that fit this certain profile in this country. Like, for example, I think maybe in Kyrgyzstan, a lot of the girls that were looked Asian, experienced a relatively high, they were targeted more. And I think that's like those specific awarenesses could absolutely be worked on. And I do think that maybe in the screening process, they could be more in depth about the actual assault rate, which is pretty high, no higher than on a college campus, which is pretty high anyway. But I think more than anything, it's those specific situations.